Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the kind words you have written and mailed me since I have started this journal. We have two more to make, so hopefully we can do a couple of more that is beautiful and that you like. So it's time for the flip through of this first one. And now it's thick. I will do some measurements. It's 6.5 by 10, so it's rather big. I have worked on this for a while now, so many of you have already seen the things we have made and put in it, but I will do the final flip through anyway. I have added a few extra decorations, so you will see that in a while. The closure is from a bed linen from the 1800s. I'm not sure exactly when because it's so old, but they were often used in the end of 1800 and the beginning of 1900, and this lace is that type that they used in the end of 1800, so somewhere there. So it's really old and handmade, of course, and hand sewn onto this textile. You will see that in a close-up that this is really a beautiful old lace. The closure is kind of a clip, and these were used also in that time before we had electric light. So this is they clipped these on the Christmas tree and put the candle in this. So it's a candle holder from 1800. I have saved these, and then I have taken this off, this part. Let's try to not do it on top of the journal so it gets rusty. So it's like a little ball that you take off. So this one is what I have used. And to make it a little bit more beautiful, I have put a pearl in the middle of that holder and put a textile flower around it. And then we have a little dangle. And this is actually a part for fishing. You put your fishing hooks onto these. So they are perfect to use for this as a tip. So then you can clamp this onto anything you want, like. So this is a little Tim Holtz decoration stone that is glimmering. So this is how it looks when we take it off. So it's a bit special. Old and beautiful, and then added a little extra on it to make it beautiful. So let's open it up and see what we have managed to do these couple of weeks we have worked on it. So this is just a wrap around, so you can take it off if you would like to. It's thick, but not too thick, I think. And many of the things are loose, so you can move them and place them wherever you would like in the journal. We have a flip on the cover, and in that one we have a pocket with an old letter and a few old papers. An old photo from a home in the middle of 1800, and an old German book also from 1889. And this is a copy of a letter that I have just decorated with some stitches and embroidery, some beautiful stamps, and a label from Sampool. These are from an old letter from my farm. I have tutorials on almost everything, so you can go back and look if you want to do these envelopes or something else in the journal. And behind that we have an original old book paper and a copy of a photo. Some lace with the birds behind that, and put this in first. We have all around antique laces. The most textiles in this book is old, so I don't think I have anything that is newer than maybe 50, between 100 and 50 years, so it's old. On the flip we have a pocket that is decorated and sewn. And in that one we have a beautiful little decoration and an original old book paper. So I have put this behind so you can see it peeking up on top of the book like that from the inner pocket. So I have put that backwards so you can see it from the front. The real cover, or the big cover, what you would call it, not the flip, is also some old linen, and it's embroidered and old. The book is a restored old dictionary from 1904, so I have restored it and reinforced it with textiles, so it's really sturdy and nice, using all these old embroidery also from 1800. And these are embroidered on. Hand embroidered by me. Yes. So the first little page flip pocket we have is a decorated and embroidered pocket with a little tag with my watercolored antique book papers. And this is a collage also from one of my own stash. And writing space on the back. The pocket behind it is also decorated and embroidered, and an old poem in Swedish. The next page has a cluster of old book pages and a little decoration with laces and some different textiles, thin ones. So I have left this kind of as it is with decorations, and you have place to write if you would like, or just use it however you would like. And I have just put it in place with a decorated paper clip. Another embroidered pocket with different papers and laces and textile. And this is still the textile pages that I have front and back on both signatures, and decorated with a printable. A little journaling card. Goes in that pocket. A copy of the Bible in Swedish. And I left this so you can write on it. Then I added a little cluster. Old papers, lace, and some decorative blue flowers. An original book page from 1812. So this piece is also really old, and left this as writing space. A pocket we have made in some tutorial, so you can see how this is done. And a couple of more original old book papers. And behind that, a printable with old script. That down a bit careful. They are fragile, these old papers. Some writing space and a little piece where you can maybe put something, a little top spot. So you can put something in there if you would like. A printable and a textile label. I have stamped on textile and made it a little old. Another page where I have put old book paper and a printable from my farm, and then decorated it with some lace and a rusty piece of this paper clip. This frame is also a tutorial how I did it, and this is an old earring. I have decorated it, and some old laces and sample stamp. This is from my farm, so this is also a copy of an old photo. Swedish letter to a sister, and it's written in 1907. Little talk spot with a cute little girl and an original book paper, and a printable from Ruby and Pearl XO. Another piece from my farm from 1908, and most of this paper is about my man, the man that built my house. He was born in the beginning of 1800. And a little cluster snippets. Another kind of snippet belly band thing, so you can put something behind it and then use the rest as writing space. One of my own digitals with an old lace piece and a receipt. And this is from 1888. A printable wallpaper, or a printed wallpaper. This is one that I actually have in my house, and I have printed it on eco-dyed paper, so it got a bit more grungy. Some laces and another old label from my farm, and embossed watercolor paper, handmade. And this is also an embossed piece from my old papers. A tag with some embroidery, antique laces and text. And the back of it is different wallpaper also from my farm. It was 9 different layers in my oldest house, so these are different layers of wallpaper that I have taken a copy of, and some writing space. We painted with watercolor and made this paper beautiful, and these are some labels that we also made together in a tutorial. And another little pocket with watercolor painting. This is also the same man that built my farm. So, and this is from 1874. I made these snippet clusters in round shape, and they have a hole in the middle, so you can decorate with whatever you want. And I put an embroidered flower there, so you can see I have cut the paper. So you can leave a hole if you would like to. You can see the light shine through. And a little top spot. More antique old laces. And another invoice from my farm from 1905 that is printed on a new paper. More of my own digitals with laces and old invoices from my farm. And on this one we have also a little snippet cluster that I have made, and you can put something behind it. This is also ruby and pearl exo, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is the back side of one of her printables. This is also my own. It's from an old embroidery pattern that I have in a frame in my home. And I have done this just as a little top spot, so you can put something behind it if you would like to. Another piece where you can put something. Another of my printed old letters from my farm. This one too, from an old prayer book. And this is a paperclip decoration with writing space on the back. Can also be seen as a tutorial. And these are my eco-dyed paper. A little flip out with old book papers and writing space. a pocket with a photo from my farm and another of these antique book papers. Also some antique embroidery and lace. This is a top spot, so you can put in some bigger things in it. Left these 1877 as writing space. We have a side pocket down here where I have put a piece for writing, coffee dyed paper and a piece of embroidery. Embroidered monogram and one of my laces that I made in an earlier tutorial. Another pocket and embroidered label, and behind that I have another embossed old book paper. More Swedish old letters from 1908. Monogram that is embroidered. We have a pocket on this page too. And this is a ruby and pearl exo printable. I know that is I think it's the front side of a magazine. I have cut it down a bit. And here we have more really old laces. The other side of that wallpaper and a beautiful pocket with French knots and gold thread. This is also embroidered on a tutorial if you would like to see it. Another page that you can use however you like. This is a prayer card and embroidered monogram, and another piece from a really old bed linen. So I have cut it out and decorated with it. And you have a top spot behind this too. I have left these plain and just put a piece of textile to cover something up if you would like to do something under that. Antique book paper and a print from an old Bible or hymn book, and this is just a journaling card, copy from 1922. This is a piece from a encyclopedia. I took a lot of beautiful pictures and colored them, also on a tutorial. Some fake old tape. More embroidery, and this is a belly band. Gold embroidery up and down. A couple of plain pages. More pages to play on. And writing space. A pocket with a piece of an old magazine from the 40s, 1940. And more old book papers. Some cross stitching and another embroidery and hand crocheted lace. Old paper copy from 1670, and I have decorated it with different kind of textiles and paper. Writing space, monogram, old shelf decoration you put on the shelves in your different cupboards, and that's really old, and it is original, so I have bought that in a thrift store. Little tab with lace. Pocket from another old bed linen, and a handmade monogram and a sampled stamp, both of these. This is a piece of washi tape, and this is one piece we watercolored. More writing space, and another one of these curtains. So these are also eco-dyed, so there's for its a pattern of different plants on them. More old papers, and my own printables. Original book paper that I have just made a pocket from and put some textile on the side. And the same on this one, we have the textile and the top spot. We have a piece that we also have made in a tutorial. So it's a fake letter, and we are going to use those as writing space. And this is just paper and textile and 3 roses on a crocheted little lace. More watercolored and gold painted book pages, and we have a little top spot on this side behind the lace. More handmade embroidery, my own script and label made piece, and a few roses made from just a little seam binding. Tutorial on that too. And the last page has these pieces with different papers to play with. In your journal. So on the back we just have a little pocket, and I have put another 2 original book papers. So this is it. I hope you liked it and get some inspiration. We are going to do 2 more in different styles. So stay on my channel and keep looking. We will start the other one next. So I have a waiting list for buyers that are interested in my journals. So this will go out as a question to those first, but if it's not anything they like, it will be placed into my Etsy in a couple of days. So thank you for watching, and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.